maybe being skeptical of like snapshots of data. You mentioned the Aura Ring and like people needing all this data. Are you using any of these devices?
There was a time when I was heavy on the Aura Ring,
Okay.
right? And I used it, and I feel like what it did for me is it created, to your point around awareness, once you can start to intuit what the ring is telling you, do you need the ring anymore? I know now if I got a good night of sleep, right? It's more intuitive now because of the data. The inverse of that is you can over rely on these things, right? And you can sort of constrain your mind to say, well, I didn't get a good night of sleep, therefore I can't do X. It's limiting. And I don't think you want to have a self-limiting belief based on the data your ring's telling you.
Yeah, I kind of see it as like outsourcing our inner intelligence to an outer technology.
100%.
And like what a slippery slope that could be, because how someone might get out of touch with their their intuition. Like I've never had an Aura Ring. I've never had any of those measuring devices, because it's probably similar to the same reason I haven't really gone to a normal doctor visit in like over a decade, because your projection is not my placebo. Like I would rather use God as my doctor, which speaks to me through my intuition. I'm not saying doctors are useless and there's never a time for it, but I'm a little concerned about our culture outsourcing all their inner intelligence to these technologies.
I completely agree. And I think too, you're seeing this with like the next generation. They're over relying on ChatGPT. They get into, I was talking to a friend of mine who's a high school teacher. They get in front of a test that's just literally, remember this blue book? I don't know, we're going to age ourselves, but like used to just get a book with a bunch of lines in it and you had to write an essay. Imagine doing that nowadays without any AI assistance and you're 16 years old. Some cannot do it. They physically cannot do it. It's something that's just so limiting. And if you've completely outsourced your brain to technology, which we're kind of touching on with the quantified self movement of rings and trackers and this, it has its place, no question. Even like getting your blood work has its place, but it also has its limitations. And to your point, it gets back to what we were talking about. There's a deeper intuition. There's something else there. And if you're not tapped into it, you're missing out on that inner world of life.
That barometer there, I feel like, is more in tune with the data that's always changing. And a lot of these data points people are getting are just snapshots, and then they can get caught up in this like snapshot of reality and forget that everything is always changing.
Yeah.
And they can be changed in the direction that our conscious wants it to be.
The mind is everything. It shapes your reality. It shapes the world around us. And again, we're getting into like deeply mystical traditions, which say the mind is everything, right? And the more you can harness that, you can literally reshape your own reality.